So, guys, hi, it's me, Billy again. I have a confession to make. Um, Last month I updated my blog saying that I was on testosterone 1 year, 5 months. After doing my calculations today, I realised that today I'm on testosterone for 1 year and 5 months. So I will change the other video, the title of it at least, um, to 1 year, 4 months, because clearly I was just having a bit of a blonde moment that day. No offense to blonde people out there, but yeah. So I'm not going to update on the typical stuff, by saying, "Oh, facial hair has grown a little bit, leg hair, I'm like a monkey, blah blah blah." I'm not going to say all that kind of stuff. I'm going to talk about awkward moments. Um, so obviously, being FTM, I've had a few, and well, I say more than a few. I've had quite a lot actually. But I've actually noted a few on my iPad as always, um, that come to mind straight away because how highly awkward they were. I might have mentioned some of them in previous videos, but obviously if this is your first time of watching my YouTube links, then I'll fill you in with everything. So no pun intended. Um, right. So awkward moment number one. I started a new job a couple of months ago now, and there's separate uniform for men and women. And when I asked for my uniform, the manager at the time said, "I would give you uniform, but we haven't got any girls' uniform left. I'm sorry." And I sort of stood in the doorway like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to tell her." So I was like, "Oh well, that's fine, but the thing is, I'm a man." She sort of died a little bit there. She was like, "Ugh." Bad times. But yeah, so awkward moment number one. Probably the most, no, actually, maybe the second most awkward moment ever in history. I'll tell you the first in a minute. Um, Contacting Orange, my mobile network. Um, so I contacted them. It was this time last year, I think. Before I changed my title with them. Before I changed my gender from female to male with them. Um, and I contacted them, and obviously my voice had gone quite low already by this point, and said that I needed to sort some stuff out on my account. And they said, "Yeah, to do this, we need to speak to the account holder." And I said, "I am the account holder." And they said, "No, sorry, sir, we need to speak to Miss so and so, right? My old name." And I was like, "Yeah, see, the thing is, I've had a sex change, so this is still me, but as a man now." And they were like, "I'm sorry, sir, we're gonna have to speak with Miss so and so." And I was like, "This is me. How many times do I have to say I'm a man now?" And they were like, I'm sorry." And I was like, "Yeah." And then they were just like so apologetic. And then at the end of it, they said, "Can you take your birth certificate into the local orange store to prove your new gender?" How can I prove my new gender with a birth certificate? Ugh, Muppets. But yeah, so next one, probably the most awkward moment ever in history. My nephew Jack. I took my niece and nephew to the local play centre, Jump, and it's amazing in there. I recommend it. But yeah, I took them to the local play centre. They had a fantastic time, and then when it was time to go home, they had to collect their shoes back from the main desk. So they Jack went running up to the desk, and this nice lady leaned over and said to him, "Who's with you?" And he pointed at me, and then she said, "Oh, your dad's come to take you for a nice day out." And he went, "It's not my dad, that's my auntie." And I was like, die, 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 die. So, yeah, for all it was worth, I just walked out about, well, I was about this big and bright red, so yeah, it wasn't fun. But looking back on it, it's quite funny, bless him. Um, Also, another awkward moment. When I started my new job, I was doing training and I went out with one of the other drivers. And obviously, I was in a new job. I didn't want to tell anyone that I was transgender. I don't necessarily mind people knowing, but I'd rather people uh, get to know and respect me for who I am now before they know anything else. So I didn't say anything. And I was in the car with another driver, and this little tiny cute dog walked across the road, and I was like, "Oh my dog! Oh my god, that dog is so cute!" And then the other guy was like, "Yeah, okay." So I was like, "Shit, gotta say something, Butch. Gotta say something, Butch." And I was like, "Oh, nothing come out." Basically, as simple as that. I was like, "Say something, Butch. Say something, Butch." No, it's not gonna happen. There's just no Butch in me. I'm just too camp. So yeah, um, another awkward moment, and the last one I'm gonna mention, because I'll go on forever, would be that this year I played an April Fool's joke on my friends. Obviously, through time, when I was 16, I come out as a lesbian. So I came out as a lesbian at 16, and then soon after I came out and said, "No, wait, I'm transgender." And so I've done a lot of coming out in my time, and I thought it'd be really funny if on my Facebook status for April Fools I put, I know I've been, as you know, I've been through a lot, but I finally found who I am, and I've come to the decision and realization that I'm actually gay, and then I put in brackets as in gay boy, right? Left it at that. I thought it was so funny. I thought legend, right? So I had loads of people inbox me instantly, like no seconds to spare, saying, "Oh my god, mate, are you okay? It's really difficult going through things like this." And then I started feeling bad because I was like, "Whoa, this is only meant to be a joke," and suddenly everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of support. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful my friends are there to support me, but at the same time, I didn't take that into consideration whilst playing this joke. But one of the other things that, well, two other things, is a couple of my friends messaged me saying, "To be honest, I'm not surprised. Thanks, but I'm not gay." And another one of my friends said, "Oh, I was wondering how long it was going to take you," or something like that. I'm gay as well. Now, my friend, a girl, she, as far as I was aware, was straight. But she's a bit of a joker, so I was like, "Well, you can't be gay. You're messing with me. It's April Fool's Day." And she was like, "No, seriously." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. I know what you like. You gotta be joking." She was like, "No, really, I am gay." She was like, "The girl in my profile picture is my girlfriend." And I was like, "What?" And I'm sat in work like, "Oh no." She's just like outed herself to me. And I'm there going, "Oh, shut the fuck up. It's April Fool's." And then I've got to try and tell her that I'm not actually gay, that I was only joking. And she's just outed herself to me in this precious moment. And I was like, "Shit, man, what am I gonna do?" I was just like, "Oh my god!" So I just outed myself again and said, "I'm not gay. I was literally only messing. Are you sure you're gay?" Because I still couldn't believe it at this point. I wasn't sure she was pulling my leg still, thinking I'm probably gonna make a right part of myself now, but try and patch it up somehow. And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm gay," and I was like, "Oh, just shoot me in the face now." But what was even worse is that my girlfriend's older sister actually inboxed her and said, "Is everything okay between you two? I seen Billy's status, blah blah blah." And Kenin, my girlfriend, replied back saying, "Yeah, it's just an April Fool's joke, nothing to worry about. We're all good." And then her sister messaged back saying, "Oh, fair play, that's a pretty sick joke." And she doesn't mean sick as in like sick. She means sick as in shouldn't have done it. And I just literally fell to bits. And at this moment, I was in work DJing, and I was just like, oh, my whole world just crashed and burned right in front of me. And all I was trying to do was have a laugh. I was just like, oh, I literally just wanted to crawl under a rock. So, I've learned my lesson. I hold my hands up. But enough about awkward moments, because this is going to become an awkward moment if I carry on. But I wanted to touch up on anger. I notice a lot of people taking testosterone, whether that be men, natural born men, or FTMs, always develop some sort of like anger issues. Not, some people do get proper aggressive and start punching shit and stuff, but other people just have massive mood swings all the time and get in a piss and act like a drama queen and blah blah blah. But with me, it's sort of like I had a couple mood swings when I first started injecting testosterone, but that was just my body getting used to it. Lately, I find that I've just sort of got this underlying anger that just comes out at any moment, and it doesn't come out in a bad way. It comes out. I don't know. People like when people have a mess around, and before I'd be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up. You know, before I'd be like that, and then now I'm like, what did you just say? What did you just say? Like that, and I just get like it's so. I go from 0 to 60 like super quick, and it's not in a bad way. I'm not actually gonna go and knock somebody out because, well, let's face it, look at me. But you know, it's just funny because everybody just all the time is just like, you God, you're so aggressive. You're so just like that, and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, but if I'm not aggressive, then I'm probably, you know, dancing around like a fairy. So it's one or the other. It's just extremes with me. But yeah. So um, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna touch up on the changes and stuff. Because it's just the same shit every month, you know. I don't want my videos to get boring. I don't want to be just like, hi, some mohibba here, and some mohibba there, and some mohibba here. It's just, you know, just drones on and on and on, and just gets on my nerves, to be honest. I would say it gets on my tits, but they're coming off soon, so bargain. But yeah. Speaking of which, actually, I still haven't had a date for my appointment. Pissed off. That inner Hulk is going to start raging soon enough, I'm pretty sure. But I have spoken to them, and they just blag me off all the time. So yeah, fun and games. But Pride's coming up soon for Bristol. Not sure how many people are going to be going. You know, if you're watching this and in the UK, come along. I'm DJing. But yeah, you know, if you're watching from anywhere else in the world, then hello, and well, thanks for watching my YouTube videos. I'll wrap this up, and I'll see you guys next month.